Hey guys, it's Sam, and this is my GUSH video for the Shatter Me series consisting of Shatter Me, Unravel Me, and Ignite Me by Todd Amafi. This video will have spoilers in it, so if you want to check out the spoiler-free review, I will link that down below for you to go check out. So first, let me talk about Shatter Me. As I said in my review, I did not like Shatter Me at all. I was not enjoying it. Like I said in my review, I had kind of been pre-spoiled, but not spoiled, about Adam versus Warner. I know that the whole fandom hated Adam, and the majority of the fandom loved Warner. So I was kind of already like having my opinions already formed for those characters, and so when she started falling for Adam, I understood why it happened. I understood that, you know, she's never been allowed to touch anybody, and now she can finally touch this boy, and they have this kind of history and blah blah blah. But overall, I still felt like Adam was wishy-washy, and even though I was kind of pre-spoiled for that and for their kind of romance and how it's eventually not going to work out, obviously, because everyone enjoys Warner and Juliet together, I still just didn't like him. And I think even if I wouldn't have been spoiled, I still wouldn't have liked him. So that whole insta-love, although it made sense to me, just really kind of soured the book for me. I just wanted to skim through all of it and get to the end. I just didn't really form any kind of bonds to any of the characters. I loved Warner, and I basically shipped Warner and Juliet from the beginning because I knew that he was going to turn around and that I didn't know the whole story and everything. But Juliet really annoyed me in the first book. I understand why. Again, it was good writing. I understood why, but she was very whiny, feeling like she was in love with somebody. All it made sense. I just didn't enjoy. And yeah, I just felt like she was smarter than she was acting in the first book, and I just really didn't enjoy it. Obviously then Unravel Me happened. I really loved that at the very end of Shatter Me, it has that whole revelation that there are people with powers out there, it's not just her, and that they've kind of formed like their little X-Men group. That was really cool. So even though I didn't enjoy Shatter Me, that really made me want to read the rest of the series. I did read Destroy Me, I'm not going to talk about that. Everyone knows that Destroy Me is really good. Everyone loves Destroy Me because of Warner. Yes, that made me change a lot of my opinions about Warner because I was kind of like, why is he like kind of really, really bad? But in Destroy Me I was like, okay, things make more sense, whatever, Destroy Me's great, I'm not going to talk about it. Anyway, Unravel Me, I really, really love that you got to see more characters. I love that a lot of the other side characters were kind of more introduced and you got to see these friendships that she was kind of forming with them. It made Juliet a lot more likable when she got away from Adam. Like, I know she was heartbroken and but like, I don't like Adam. I feel like he's just a whiny baby and I just don't like him, and I hate him even more in Ignite Me. I'll talk about that in a second. But yeah, I enjoyed this a lot more. I liked all the different characters, all the different powers, how they were kind of explored a little bit, and how the friendship with Kenji started happening, and that was awesome. And I just loved Kenji as a side character. He was so much fun, and I just love my sassy side characters, so he was great. And then when Warner finally appeared, that was wonderful. You finally got to see Warner kind of showing his truer emotions to Juliet, and you got to just like, the way that Warner is written, with his mannerisms and everything, I know I've said that before, is so spot on. Like, I can just picture him so perfectly in my head, and I've never had that happen before, and I just, I loved everything about him as a character. So him appearing was so, so great, and then just them kind of starting to form this rebellion, and I actually enjoyed Juliet's hesitation to be involved with that because it made sense for her character, and she couldn't just want to jump into this whole rebellion thing. She just wanted to run away and be in love for a little bit and whatever, until she finally realizes later on that she wants to be a part of it and wants to be a part of something bigger. But yes, Unravel Me, so, so good. So, 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 so good. I basically made this whole video just so I could talk about Ignite Me. So, for those of you that follow me on Twitter, I was having a nervous breakdown during Ignite Me. Like, I read it in one sitting, and I could barely handle my emotions. Like, it was bad. It was really bad. But I loved that the insta-love between Adam and Juliet was finally addressed in a book like this. I feel like insta-love is never really addressed, even if it goes away in the series later like it did with this. It's never really addressed as like, that's not love. I loved how Juliet actually said in this that like, I don't think I ever really loved Adam. I think it was a mix of obsession and like having a, you know, background with him and whatever, but it wasn't actually love, it was like lust. Thank you. Thank you, main character. Thank you for saying that, because nobody ever addresses that, and I was so excited to see that happen. Also, I love that Adam proved that he was not a good person and that he was a big, giant asshole, because that just, I hate him, but I'm glad he did it, because I didn't want to like him, and I have reason not to now, and I'm so excited about it. But his whole kind of like emotionally abusive, you're a horrible person, I want you to go effing die, was like, I yeah, I hate him. I want him to get hit by a truck. Honestly, I hate him. And then how they just kind of showed that juxtaposition between that relationship and Juliet's relationship forming with Warner, like, so good. I loved how they just really support each other. I love how Warner, like, never felt like he had to, like, defend her and be the big giant man. He's like, she can take care of herself. And I was like, heck yeah, Warner, she can, and you know it, and you guys are wonderful together. And just, they support each other, they don't try to change each other, it was just, and they tell each other that, and they both really appreciate that, and they both are very kind of broken characters, and the way that they are kind of building each other up, and not like saving each other, but like appreciating each other for who they are. So good. I wish I could see that more in books. It is so good. Like, I wouldn't have liked them if they would have appeared in the first book and been insta-lovey like her and Adam. I wouldn't have liked the relationship. But the fact that it was formed over time, that you got to kind of grow into it, that they both kind of realized things about each other, it was just, I can't even, I don't have words anymore. I know that you guys all know this. If you're watching this, you probably enjoy Juliet and Warner. I'm preaching to the choir, but I just need to say it because no one in my life outside of you guys understands, and I needed to say it to somebody. They are perfect. Warner and Juliet are perfect. Actually, after I finished watching this, I ran to YouTube and typed in, tried to find some fan videos, and they existed. And I was so excited, and I went on Tumblr, and I did all the gift sets, and it was just so great. And I really want this to be made into a series. I know I've mentioned that before. I want it to be a TV series or a movie. It'd be so awesome. But they probably wouldn't cast it appropriately, and I'd be mad. But anyway, Ignite Me, so good. I love the character development of Juliet. I love how she just finally came into her own. I love the relationship between her and Kenji, and the fact that they have a friendship and it's a boy-girl friendship, which you like never see, and they don't have romantic feelings for each other. There's none of that. There's none of that like, oh, I loved you, but you chose somebody. No, they don't want to be with each other. They're just best friends, and I love it so much. And I love how she just turned into a boss-ass bitch, and her and Warner are gonna take over the world. And that is so great, and I just really loved this series. So this was definitely 5 stars. Alright guys, that's it for my gush. I feel like I left a ton out, but feel free to comment down below on your thoughts and your feelings and type in all caps and all of that, and we can talk more about that in the comments, because there's just a lot I have to say about this series, but when I try to talk about it, I can't, because it's so good. It's so good. It's such a good character-driven series, and I just loved it, and really, this is what I kind of wanted The Young Elites to be, is I wanted this more like character-driven book, and I didn't get that, but I'm hoping, actually, this series gave me hope for The Young Elites, because I kind of felt similarly to Shatter Me as how I felt with The Young Elites, so I'm hoping that the next 2 books in that series are going to blow me away. That is my hope. But comment down below and feel free to talk about this with me, because obviously I still have a lot of feelings, and I just can't express them properly yet. So thank you all for watching, and I'll see all of you guys soon. Bye!